Are the servers down? Not letting you trade? Oh no. Is it dead? Oh no. That's not good news. Is back up now? I certainly hope so. I'm just gonna hope that this works. And I'll update that sub overlay because we are at 945 subs. Nearly within 50 off the goal. And the emotes are ready. As soon as I get 1,000, I'm shipping those emotes out to Twitch. We'll get Boomer and Fake in massive text. Just so we can spam more like emote chains. But meanwhile, we have Fairy Peak back on stream after he's had a couple of tough losses. I believe what was his first loss again? He lost. Was it Scrub? Oh no, Fairy Peak. He beat Doomsy. Absolutely obliterated Doomsy into another galaxy. And then he lost 4-0 in the Showmatch versus Cuxer, the highest paying 1v1 Showmatch in Rocket League history. But he's either going to get a winning record or continue a losing record after this series against his countryman Chausette. These guys both from France. A lot of good French players emerging in the Rocket League scene recently. Of course, K-Dop, one of the latecomers to Season 2, and now Fairy Peak bursting onto the scene at the start of Season 3. Chausette kind of been around for a while in the 1v1 ladder. Always been up there as a prestigious ones player, top 10 ones player since I believe Season 1. Certainly Season 2. And now he told me that he's not been playing ones much and he expects Fairy Peak to beat him. But we'll see. Chausette is a phenomenal defender. Very good counter-attacker. He used to have a very similar playstyle to OG Scrub Killer, but I'd say Scrub has kind of perfected his art and he now stands out from the crowd. Chausette, maybe a little bit less versatile, but still a very ferocious competitor. Nobody wants to mess with this guy when he's on his game. And also a very, very solid defender in 3v3. One of the best anchors in Europe, I would say. And carried his team very well in RLCS Season 2. Did well to nearly qualify. What a save, Chausette, keeping out the point blank range shot from Fairy. This has been pretty much the Fairy Peak offense show at the moment, but Chausette's had a couple of looks at the goal at the other end, going for a little bit of an exit demo, but he can't find it. He doesn't want to take this up and over his goal, does Chausette, because he knows that would mean Fairy would just steal his boost, but he actually rolls it across his net and takes the boost himself. Very smart play, and that's going to result in a counter-attack goal. Really smart by Chausette. Notice he didn't take the ball up and over his goal, because when you do that, your boost gets taken. But if you can just keep the ball under control on the ground without presenting the open net, then that will actually result in a pretty good opportunity to counter-attack, and that's exactly what he did. This is going to be a best of 5, in case I didn't mention, since both of these guys, I think, are playing Gfinity today. I definitely expect that they will be. So we don't want to be wasting too much time. Gfinity will be starting, I believe, in just under an hour. Although I expect both these guys' teams will probably get buys in the first round. They'll be pretty high seeded. But Chausette, after defending a ton of shots, is actually going to go up by 3. Fairy Peak not off to a good start here. Despite the pressure he was able to accumulate, none of that transitioned into goals, and Chausette has taken 3 goals from 3 shots, 100% shooting accuracy, and he's also saved both the Fairy Peak shots. Although I feel like Fairy Peak actually took more shots than that, they just didn't register in the Rocket League stat system. It's a decent play by Chausette. He's had a good read on Fairy's attack. Every single time Fairy has been taking shots, Chausette has been there to stop them. It's not like, well, I hope Fairy Peak misses this one because I'm not there, as, well, case in point. Right now, Chausette is definitely not there to stop that shot. He's just hoping Fairy Peak somehow hits the post, which he will not. Chausette maybe not advised, no, maybe ill-advised rather, to stick around in the corner there and opt into a 50-50. Of course, if you think about the options there, Chausette can win the 50-50 really hard, and that will just racket the ball right off the near wall, and then Fairy Peak can counter-attack. Or, if Fairy Peak wins it, he can counter-attack. And pretty much the only good situation for Chausette is if he barely wins the 50-50. Just a light victory, so that the ball won't slam off the back wall and go over the shoulder, but it will stick around in that corner and not present itself for Fairy Peak to just turn around and drive across the field. Definitely a very different looking game than the others that we've seen from Fairy Peak. Look at this shot. Hooks it right across the goal. Accelerating the ball this entire time is Fairy Peak, just so that when he cuts in, doesn't even need to dodge, he just gets a hook shot. Chausette was nowhere near the save, to be fair, but really smart setup by Fairy Peak. Accelerating the ball up to Supersonic, getting around it, and then just driving in at the angle. He just let the ball do the work there. He didn't even need to dodge his car. Oh, Chausette with the boost steal. I don't think Fairy expected him to be there, but he is going to stick around. Continue to pressure the ball. No surprise there. All you guys who've seen high-level European 1v1s, this will be exactly what you expect to see. Low boost ball pressure, because Fairy Peak does not want to just give away the possession here. And why would he? Because he looks to be in control right now. Does give Chausette a look at his goal. But this has been a lot of Fairy Peak possession. Remember, there was one kickoff goal as well for Chausette, which is well played by him. But Fairy Peak will feel like he has been the player who's dictated this game. And he's doing a couple of fake challenges here. Chausette has not bitten on any of them. He's just going to stick right beside the ball. Continue to gain distance. And Fairy Peak's missed a really easy save. Triple wow in the chat from him. He will not be happy with himself right here. Chausette did a decent job to pop it dangerously, but really, when Chausette popped that, he did not have a goal in mind. All he was thinking about was, let's just put this ball up above Fairy Peak's net, make it difficult for him to defend without wasting too much boost. But he definitely didn't expect that to go in. Goalkeeper of Fairy Peak standard will be expected to save that. Not just 9 times out of 10, but 10 times out of 10. And close to the save right now was Chausette, but close is not enough in a game of absolutes like Rocket League 1v1. Chausette's going to want to save himself again. These guys hold impeccably high standards for themselves. There's that delayed kickoff again. Fairy just getting a read on where Chausette is going to hit the ball. Parks his car in that location, but he's going to get demoed. Can Chausette recover? His car pretty much lost all momentum when he went for that demo, and it's going to result in a possession for Fairy, who did spawn to the right side. RNG in his favor for this time. Still 1 goal the difference. Fairy on the ball, as he has been for most of this game. And Fairy he will be troubled if he loses a game to Chausette. Of course, both these guys competing with K-Dot for the title of best 1v1 player in France. I'd love to see a 3-way 1v1 battle between them. I'd put my money on K-Dot. And between these two, I would say Fairy Peak is a favorite, but Chausette has done phenomenally well this game. He might get another goal towards the end here. No, the ball will hit the ground. But 1-0 in the series for Chausette. Great start for the youngster. And just as I've said that, I realize I don't actually know how old Fairy Peak is. So maybe Chausette isn't the youngster. Maybe I should ask. Hold on, let me just really quickly smash in a score for you guys. Bang, there we go. Fairy Peak flexing that thumb again. Just trying to stay warm. Up against his opponent. Does anybody in chat know how old Fairy Peak is? I don't know how old he is. We've got these are the Toon Stars boost for Chausette. Very ambitious Jazer play from Chausette is not going to work. And I do not think that was working the majority of the time. That is why we call it a misplay. Going off the ceiling in an extremely risky location. Fairy Peak will capitalize. Mobile 1 low effort overlay. Listen, that overlay has got some opacity, or like whatever the opposite of transparency is. It is opacity, isn't it? That's pretty high tech if you ask me. See that? It's got some I didn't line up the pixels though, did I? Bang, second time of asking, I did. Easy. You guys didn't even notice one of the pixels is in the wrong place. Chausette has tied up the game with a long shot. Fairy Peak better watch out when Chausette is on the wall. He will fire at the net from long range. Like I said, he is playing the playstyle of OG Scrub Killer. Just defend, 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 counter-attack, counter-attack, counter-attack. And long shots are the perfect counter-attack if you can spot the opening. As we nearly get to 4:20 on the clock, 2-1. Fairy Peak will lead game 2. He needs to get a touch there. Very important that he got a touch on that ball. He was going to be so out of the game, and the open net would have been wide for Chausette to shoot into. Fairy Peak definitely looking like the more nimble of the two on the pitch. Very impressive power sliding capabilities. Pretty much always just comfortably turning on the spot. And he's got a bump onto Chausette, and he's fired onto the open net across the field. Chausette not even moving right now. I really feel like that overcommitment into Fairy Peak's corner may have been a misplay by Chausette, as he was not able to recover it in time. Fake kickoff. These have worked in the past, but it will not work this time. And Fairy Peak's trying to go for a low 50-50 here. Both players extremely low on boost. In fact, Fairy Peak looks to have none. Chausette, floundering, does keep the ball out of his net. And now Fairy Peak's got to do a bit of defending. Not a lot. We're not seeing a lot of times this game where Fairy Peak's been sitting in his net with Chausette dribbling at him. But if we switch their roles, that is definitely something we've seen a lot of. Fairy Peak is mixing up his attack really well. He manages to get Chausette to back off all the way into the box, and then he just cuts it, pops it before the bounce. I was talking about this yesterday for K-Dop versus Devo. K-Dop was mixing up his shots phenomenally. He was hitting some shots in the half volley. He was hitting some shots in the volley before the ball even arced down the way, and other shots he's hitting them on the full volley, like as the ball is already on the downward spiral. It's really important to mix up the shot timing in 1v1, not just the shot location and the shot setup, but also the shot timing, because your opponent will start to get a read on what sort of bounce or what kind of location you're hitting the ball from. Chausette nearly on goaling this, but he does know the limitations of his car. Just like, I know a lot of you guys will probably play shooters, and when you've got, I always hear the shooter commentators saying that someone will get a read on the opponent's timing for like peeking around a corner, because some people like to peek and, like, you know, come out, shoot a few rounds and then go back in the corner to reload. They'll kind of get into a rhythm with it, and if you can start to read the rhythm, then you just, you know, pre-aim where they're going to be, and you can kill them before your human reaction time is even registered the fact that they're there. And it's a similar sort of thing in Rocket League with pre-jumping, so look out for that. Whenever you see a pre-jump, it's pretty much because, not just because these guys have got sick reaction times, which they do, it's mostly to do with the fact that they're just incredibly smart in their heads, and they've gotten inside the head of their opponent and just predicted perfectly when the shot is going to come. They're not reacting to it, they're just predicting it. Oh, very big. He might have been able to slow that down. Chausette again, second time this game that he's just parked his car after he's in a position where he can't defend an open net. And he's got to look out. Fairy Peak might just slow roll him, waste the clock down. And these seconds are important. Chausette down by 3, needs all the time he can get. Another hook shot for Fairy. Chausette did miss the boost, and he's gone up on the wall to try and give himself some height. He knew without the boost that he'd missed, like he missed this boost right here. He knew if Fairy shoots this high, I need to be on the wall to have any chance of saving it, but Fairy just shot low. But the boost getting missed in the corner was a death sentence for Chausette right there. Fairy way off in the face-off. Might concede here. Yes, he will. He accidentally side flips instead of a diagonal side flip. Yeah, Chausette knew that. He saw Fairy Peak way off to the right, and he forced the ball to the left to compensate. Johnny streams so early. I know, it's crazy, huh? I've decided to stream early today because I was, you know, just up anyway. And I'll probably stream later tonight as well. I can't stream Gfinity, which I'm going to be playing, because my PC won't be able to handle it. Unfortunately, my streaming laptop is not working at the moment. Hopefully I'll get it fixed for the next stream. But after Gfinity is done, I'll probably stream again, just because I won't be able to do a massive stream today, or right now, so I'll do a little bit more later. Okay, Fairy Peak missing on the power shot there, accidentally just dodging once, no side flip. But he's looking very comfortable right now, is Fairy Peak, the man who loved the Fairy type when he played Pokemon competitive. I don't know where the peak came from, but certainly Fairy was his favorite type of Pokemon. He's told me this himself, so it's either an elaborate troll or the truth, and I like to think that he's an honest man. An honest Fairy. Oh, feels backflip, man. For Fairy Peak. Chausette will benefit from that one. Which laptop did I get for streaming? Scroll down, it's got the specs down there in the description. Do I work at the moment? This is my job. YouTube and Twitch is my full-time job at the moment. Okay, Fairy Peak, just putting another little bit of icing on the cake here. I should say, I think he just missed another boost. Well, he didn't miss the big boost, but he missed the small boost right there. And you notice he's actually not boosting when he jumped. He really could have used that little 12 boost pad, which he drove around. It's not just the big ones that you gotta hit. You gotta hit those small ones as well. He knew he didn't have the time to go for the big boost in the corner, but he would have definitely benefited from having the small one. And again, he still didn't have time to go for the big boost in the corner. This time he did go for it though, and he gets immediately punished for it. Fairy Peak looking a lot more comfortable right now. Who are my teammates in Gfinity? Greasy and Cox, because Marky is busy and they wanted to play. I was like, yeah, let's do it. We're just gonna go and ruin somebody's day by making them lose to me. That'll be fun. Lose to somebody who's famous for being bad at the game, just because he's teamed up with two of the best players in the world. It's gonna be hilarious. And Greasy, I think, is gonna stream it, so I'll host Greasy. Okay, it's just opting not to turtle that one in. He did get a couple of good recoveries here to keep the ball moving. Fairy Peak definitely creeping up a little bit close though, has to be said. Fairy Peak's aim OP. Oh yeah, Fairy Peak's got a good aim, for sure. He doesn't play particularly fancy Rocket League, just very efficient, very smart, very methodical. Doesn't take many risks, good challenges in the midfield, very good shot placement, very good shot power, and very good shot, like mix-up. Variety, I should say, for Fairy. Those are his major strengths, at least that I've seen. And also, I'd say the kickoff is definitely an advantage for him. He's mixed up the kickoff really well, keeping Chausette guessing. Chausette going for another air dribble into a backflip flick. Unsuccessful this time. This will be a tie series after 2 games. Do I even Johnny Boy, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, do I even Johnny Boy, bro? Of course I Johnny Boy, bro. The time is Gfinity. It usually starts at 6, but we'll probably get a bye in round 1. Excuse me. Actually, similar shot totals right there. Similar shot counts, but Fairy Peak had double the saves of Chausette, and although those stats by themselves don't really tell us anything, they do illustrate how much more threatening Fairy Peak's attack was. We saw a lot of very simple saves for Fairy Peak where he just controlled the ball and dribbled it wide of his net. Got a turnover of possession. Chausette, meanwhile, is throwing himself at the top corner again because he is feeling extremely threatened. Just trying to keep the ball out of his net at all costs, not thinking at all about the turnover of possession. He's just like, nope, I better not get scored on right here. This looks like it's in to me. I'm going to commit. Going for a little bit of a floor pinch shot. Was Chausette. Fairy just sniped a long shot. Chausette did spot that one. If Chausette had turned off ball cam just for a moment there, that would have been extremely dangerous. Look at that catch off the wall by Chausette. And he's going for a couple of keepy up dribbles. Fairy Peak did not look ready for that, and he's going to concede the first goal of the game. Interesting play by Chausette, just trying to get Fairy out of position by popping the ball and saying, hey, come at me, bro. And then Fairy not able to get a good clear with that save. Perhaps kickoff goal attempt for Fairy. Aerial shot is on net, but Chausette is there for the cleanup. And he's going to go for the wall shot. Not sure if I'm a fan of that with Fairy positioned so well in defense. But of course Fairy has missed the back boost or not taken it because it was up that entire duration. And Chausette, has he overextended? Barely makes it back in time actually. But he kind of gets bullied off the mid boost. Or the corner boost I should say. And he's lost a goal as a result. Both players actually overcommitting into each other's corners. Chausette got away with it initially. Or no, sorry, not both players, but Chausette, I mean, committing into Fairy Peak's corner too far. Recovering to be in defense as Fairy Peak tried to dribble it into the open net, but then he just overcommitted into his own corner as well, and he's doing it again. He's very aggressively positioned right here. Very high risk, high reward play, but do you really need to be making those plays at 1-all? Maybe Chausette thinks so after how badly Game 2 went. And this aggressive playstyle, it is giving him chances. That is undeniable. But it is definitely giving Fairy Peak chances as well, who is completely boost starved right now. Both players looking to be pretty low on boost. You can't find us in teams. Well, Greasy said that he signed us up, but if he didn't, then too bad. I'm not like fussed. I'm not hugely fussed. It was Greasy who wanted to play. I was like, yeah, sure. Oh, that's a good flick by Chausette. Fairy giving him a lot of space here. He's sorry, excuse me as I yawn. I've been up a long time. But Fairy has not had to defend that many Chausette attacks while shadowing. Most of Fairy's defense has just been early challenges and recovering quickly to make sure that he can get back in time to prevent a counterattack. That's a pretty fancy bit of control from Chausette right there. The 270 spin to catch the ball. This Fairy's got the half volley, looking around, trying to find Chausette, can't find him in the blind spot. And now we're going to see one touch and a shot, surely. Oh, okay, he's going to slow it down and go for 2 touches. I really would have preferred just a 1-touch ground shot play from Chausette right there. Threaten the respawn as quickly as possible. Make sure that Fairy didn't have any time to go for boost. He's got a good bump, that's an open net, and Chausette will not miss that one. 3-1. He didn't look anywhere near in the game in game 2, but this is looking like his game, and we're only halfway through. Conceded an absolute mountain of goals last game. Now he's only conceded 1. Oh my goodness, Fairy. He's actually used a ton of his boost right there. He had to be so careful that if he didn't get that bump on Chausette could have just turned around and scored. But look at this, Fairy just comes in, nicks the ball, and then puts it in the net. How does he do it? Oh, just a couple of touches, easy done. Just 1 touch on the ground, 1 touch on the wall, jumps off the wall for the wall shot. How good is a Marauder hitbox? Very good. It's a very good hitbox, yeah. Very, very good. It's not as tall off the ground as the Octane, despite the fact that the hitbox is bigger, because the Octane has a bigger gap between the wheel arch and the actual hitbox itself. Now, Fairy Peak did score the last goal, so Chausette has to be careful. He will definitely be feeling a little bit better after getting his 2nd goal of the game. And he's controlling the bounce dribble once again. Very high bounce there. Chausette, still no challenge. And he will get the save. I really thought Fairy was going to punish him there, but the shot was not in the top left corner. It was pretty central. It was middle bins, as Shirt would say. Or middle bin. And again, Fairy very, very confident. Just controlling the ball in defense. Another dribble on the 2nd pop. What a play. Control coming out of Fairy Peak right here. Chausette looks to be boost starved. He's actually threading the needle between all the boosts right here. Chausette missing just about every single one of them. Like I said earlier, it's really important to drive over the small boost pads if you are not sitting pretty on 100. Good bounce dribbling by Fairy Peak nonetheless. And then transitioning into the keepy ups. Look at that, Fairy Peak just collecting a couple of small boost pads on his rotation back to net. That is all he needed to challenge the ball while it was in the air. Of course, you can actually get up to your crossbar height with just about 12 boosts. Good rebound by Fairy, putting it round Chausette. He's got the lead, 41 seconds remaining. Oh, Chausette was pretty close to getting onto that. Twice, actually, so close. Excuse me, that would have been pretty sick if Chausette managed to fly off the back wall and get that save on Fairy's rebound. Okay, Fairy's going to opt for defense. He had an option to go forward there and contest the ball. But he feels pretty confident against Chausette's attack, despite the fact that Chausette has scored with quite a few of them. When Fairy is backed off, Chausette has had a pretty high success rate of scoring an attack. There you go, nice little backflip out play to get the ball over the top of Fairy Peak. We're all tied up in game 3. We're all tied up in the series. First possession will go to Fairy, so he's slightly the favorite here. That is great placement on the shot. So smart by Fairy. That is so smart. Chausette gets bamboozled by the placement. He doesn't know whether he should go up the wall. He doesn't know whether he should fast aerial, whether he should leave it and turn. He does an amalgamation of the 3, and none of those things were the right thing to do. Oh dear, Fairy Peak just completely demolished Chausette with that rebound, and he's done it again. 2 goals the difference all of a sudden. But that last goal was incredibly smart by Fairy Peak, just firing the ball directly above Chausette's head. Great placement. Had he shot at the goal, at the net, which was open, I'll have you know. Chausette would have just, you know, driven across the net, made a flying save, and that would have been probably a turnover of possession as well. But Fairy Peak knew that, went for the near post shot. He's got another goal to his name as well. 7-4, 4 goals in the trot, and that is going to be 2-1 Fairy Peak, second game in a row for the newcomer to the pro scene. And Chausette now maybe looking to be correct about the outcome of this game. He did predict Fairy Peak to win before joining the lobby, and is starting to look that way right now. Last night you tried to make a snowy version of Urban Central. Nothing. You equipped your snowflake boost. Drove around boosting for a few hours but nothing happened. Why isn't the snow getting build up on the ground? Huh. Did you lay down grass first? Because, what, did you say Urban Central? Yeah, you tried to make a snowy version of Urban Central. If you recall, whenever you try and or whenever you see snow like falling on the road, I'm sure you realize the snow, it pretty much all you know, melts immediately because it's just like tar, and it doesn't really sit on that until there's substance for it to lie on, like frozen ground, frozen ice. Of course, Urban Central is not frozen, so I would recommend driving around a grass boost first, get some nice grass there, and then maybe after that you could even throw in the bubble boost and the aqua boost, get some moisture into the grass, and then follow that up with the icicle boost, the ice trail. I can't remember what it's called. It's one of the epic boost trails. The frostbite maybe. Yeah, that would make it, you know, just drop the temperature of the ground right down, and that will probably give you prime conditions for the snow boost to start to lie properly on the ground. Before that, I don't know. Oh, Chausette just beamed an open net right here. He's going to go for the Jazer play and then immediately transition back onto the ground where he belongs. What am I talking about? I'm just talking about how to get the snow boost to actually lie on Urban Central, because it's harder than it looks. You think, oh yeah, I'll just go blast the snow trail everywhere. That'll get a nice snowy central, but that's not really how it works. You need to prepare the ground first. Chausette again going for more Jazer plays. This might be the sort of thing that Cox does, and it is! Coxer does this all the time. He makes it look like he's beamed it, but he's got a plan the entire time. The floor pinch! Look out, Fairy Peak getting bamboozled by the floor pinch of Chausette. He makes it look like he's beamed it, but he's got a plan. What a play. Stick it in the montage. Jazer would be proud. That was absolutely sick. Take a bow. What a splendid strike by Chausette. Oh my goodness, what a catch by Fairy Peak. That was actually akin to the move I did on stream the other day by accident, where I failed to pop, landed in front of the ball, and the ball just hit me and ramped up. But that definitely got Chausette panicking. Oh, the double jump. I'm almost certain Chausette thought that Fairy Peak was going to rush that rebound, but he was actually just waiting at the edge of the box. Fairy Peak's beamed his kickoff though, and that's going to be another equalizer. What on earth is going on, guys? This is insane. Oh no, Fairy Peak beans the face off the bean. What about an international competition with a good production like TTT? Wait, you mean like the 12 is TTT the 12 Titans, not like Lawler's talk show? Yeah, I would love to see the 12 Titans. When you said TTT, I was like, wait, good production like Lawler's talk show? Really? You want Lawler's talk show's production with an international tournament? I was like, interesting combination. Alright, Chausette might be trying a little bit too hard to bamboozle Fairy Peak. Bamboozles himself here. But yeah, the 12 Titans production with a World Cup would be pretty sick. That would be awesome. I would love that. Definitely. Fairy Peak looking to take this in 4 games, as Chausette might be beating it a little bit here. He got his one style goal. I think he should probably just put the lid on it at that. Fairy Peak's gonna let this ball bounce lower. Doesn't want to hit it too high towards his opponent. Also, just chill. Just Cheese, sorry. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate you. We got all these amalgamations of Amazon Prime and Twitch coming in clutch. I appreciate every single one of you. Adding to the sub terrain. Adding to the sub goal, I should say. 946 now. Oh my goodness, Chausette barely got a glance on that one. But look how far the ball has gone. He's going to doink it on. Ball goes some incredible distance. It always does whenever somebody just barely touches it and it skids off their car. Chausette will tie up the game. Surely. He's taking too long. Very with the save. I really feel like Chausette should have had a goal there. He still might. He has the boost advantage. Ferry's got nothing in the tank, and he can't get the save. 3-3. Chausette is not done yet. Oh, why did pros not use the Marauder? Because, I mean, I don't know why. I can't speak for all pros, but I would hazard a guess as 1, they're just more familiar with the Octane. 2, the Octane looks cooler. 3, the boost trail in the Octane doesn't spray, so you don't get blinded when you aerial. 4, the Octane is taller off the ground. 5, decals look better. I don't know. There's probably just, most of the reasons are probably just like graphics and comfort. But, that being said, the Octane is taller off the ground. So, although the hitbox is slightly larger for the Marauder, the Octane does stand taller. So there you go. Is that a good enough answer for you? I certainly hope it is. Chausette's actually dropping the ball forward here. He had to give up on that ball carry. But he's transitioned into some backboard play. Ferry's been wasting boost the whole time. And is going to be another equalizer for Chausette. Ferry just getting completely stuck out of position here. Turns back and the ball is behind him. Then he turns around a second time and the ball is again over his head. He just really couldn't get anywhere near the play there. I don't know if these guys have played ones much in the past, or what their competitive record is against each other. I could ask after the series. Ferry's got the outplay, and he's going to slow play. Try and knock a second or two off the clock. He didn't want to be too cheeky, though. We did see, he thought about getting ahead of this ball and stopping it altogether, which honestly would have been a good idea, because look, Chausette isn't even moving. I called it earlier. He's got to stop this stationary defense. Because if Fairy Peak stopped the ball on the line, he could have wasted 5-10 seconds before Chausette gets back into defense and makes him score. Fairy Peak, I called it. He could have stopped the ball on the line there. He thought about it, then he backed off. Good pre-jump save by Fairy Peak right there. And he's got the counter attack. Really well played. Clinical stuff. Ahead of Fairy Peak at the end of this game. Looks like he's going to take the series in 4 games rather. 3 in a row though, to close it out. No need to waste time when drawing. It was going to be for 5-4. It was going to be for 5-4. He was going to take the lead by 1. And I would absolutely waste time, because not only would it have wasted the clock while he's up by 1, but Chausette would have been tilted. So it's a double whammy. I would say it's absolutely a valuable and valid play. As Frizbex, I appreciate the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for the support, friend. You think I should mod you? That's one way not to get modded. Is saying that you think I should mod you. Very big, way out in defense again. He's showing us that he is willing to play passive to close out the game, and that kind of lines up perfectly with somebody just deliberately wasting time. I think he just ran out of boost there, misses on the power shot because the boost did actually run out. His car slowed down more than he wanted it to.